Hi, today we are going to learn a drill, and this drill will help us play faster. And this is a technique drill, and it has both left hand and right hand parts, and this is part of the play and learn with me tutorial series, in which I'll be selecting some exercises that I am learning and you can learn with me. And I will structure these videos in a way that the video is the only thing that you will need to learn to play this exercise. So I'll start off by showing how to play the drill slowly by identifying the notes and the fingers that we are going to be using for the notes. And then we will start with the metronome practice. I will be playing along with you, starting the metronome at a comfortable and slow speed and gradually speeding up. And if you stay with me until the end of the video and play along with me, you should be able to play it as fast as I play it. And if at any time, if you feel like you want to do more repetitions at a slower speed, you can always go back on the video and then repeat any sections that you would like to repeat. And so this is something that I'm trying out new. So if you have any feedback on how I could do this a little different, I'm always open to listen to your suggestions. So let's start off to look at this drill. First off, let's look at the right hand section. The drill has a total of 8 measures, and we will be looking at it in sections of 2 measures each. Let's look at the first 2 measures. This looks like a C major scale, right? We're just running our fingers through the C major scale, and there are no sharps or flats. So we're going to be playing all of the notes in the white keys. Let's look at measure number 1. Note number 1 is a C. And if you read all of the notes in measure number 1, we are playing C, D, E with fingers 1, 2, and 3. And for the 4th note, which is a F, we cross under the 3rd finger. You take your thumb and you cross it under the 3rd finger and go to the F. So C, D, E, cross under to F, and then G with 2nd finger, and then A with 3rd finger, and B. That's what happens in the first measure. And let's look at the timing of these notes. So the time signature is 2/4, which means we have 2 beats for each measure, which is 2 quarter notes. And the 2 quarter notes are actually divided into 2 parts, right? If you look at the first set of notes, it's an 8th note at the beginning, which is the C. And then the next 2 notes are 16th notes that we play twice as fast. So we don't play the C, D, E like this. Not equal, but C, D, E. So you have to play the C twice as long as the D and the E. And if you look at the next 4 notes in the next set, that is for beat 2, which is divided equally as 16th notes. After we cross over, cross under the 3rd finger, the thumb is now on F. We need to play 4 notes, which is. So that's how we play it. I'll first play you the rhythm, and then I'll show you how to count for this rhythm. 1, 2, So that's how we do it. And now let's do that with subdivision. So instead of counting 1, 2, I am going to be counting 1 E and a, 2 E and a. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. The first note is the only note that is an 8th note. Everything else is 16th. So the first note is played for the duration 1 E, which is the first 2 subdivisions of the first beat. And then every other subdivision you just play 1 note at a time. So this is how you play it. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. So we're going to be playing it like 1 E and a, 2 E and a. And one more time for you to play along. I'm going to count in. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. But that's how the first measure goes. And let's see what happens after the first measure. Next note is a C, a high C, which you're going to be playing with your 5th finger. But all of these are 8th notes. So you'll be playing like 4 notes here for the 2 beats. And I'm going to play this, then I'll show you how the fingering works. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. So that's how it goes, because these are all 8th notes, right? So you start off with your 5th finger on C, which is easy because you just finished off with your 4th finger on B from the previous measure. The 5th finger is already positioned to play the C, so that's easy. C. And the next note is the G, but it's the 2nd finger that is on the G. So you gotta prepare your 3rd finger and use that instead. So after playing the C, you move your 3rd finger from A to G and play the G. And then the 2nd finger needs to skip the F and go to E. And the 1st finger needs to skip the D and go to C. So let's do that by counting. Here we go. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. One more time. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Let's do both measures together. 5 repetitions. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. 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 So that was 5 repetitions. If you're still not comfortable playing all the notes right, take some more time. You can do it even slower than this. Let's see what's going on in the left hand, right? In the left hand, all we are doing is the C bass. Both these half notes are actually tied. What that means is that you're not supposed to lift your finger and release. You're not supposed to release the note, and you're supposed to play this continuously. This is like a whole note. You play it for 4 beats. And another important thing is that we're not going to be changing bellows between those two. So we can't really do this. for this exercise, what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep your bellows in a continuous open motion for the 2 measures, and the next 2 measures you close it, and the next 2 measures you open it, and then you keep alternating, and you don't break that at all. So let's play this with both hands. So all we're doing is playing the C bass, not the C chord, not this one, but the C bass button. Fingers positioned, thumb on C, and then I'm gonna play my 3rd finger for the C bass. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 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 1 E and a, 2 E and a. But that's how it goes, right? So feel free to repeat this as many number of times. So now let's look at the next 2 measures, measures 3 and 4. We finished the second measure by playing C on finger number 1. And we are gonna be playing D with finger number 2. And you are already correctly positioned for that. You don't have to do any more adjustments. The second finger is right there. So that's what we're doing. So we play fingers 2, 3, and 4. The first note 2, which the finger 2 which plays the D, is played as an 8th note, and everything else that follows it, the next 6 notes, are played as 16th notes. So we're playing fingers 2, 3, and 4. So finger 4 on F, right? D, E, F. And then we are going to use our thumb again. So my 4th finger is on F. I'm going to cross my thumb under the 4th finger and reach the G. And then after I reach the G with my 1st finger, I'm going to play the next 4 notes. G, A, B, C as 16th notes. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. That's what happens. Let's do that a few times. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. 2 more times. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. So D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And let's look at what happens in the next measure. And on 4th measure, the next note is finger number 5 playing a D. And it's convenient that we just played the C with finger number 4. So as we found out in the other measures, finger number 5 is perfectly positioned to play the next note it's supposed to play, D. And then if you look at it, the next note is a G. And if you keep one finger on each note without squeezing them or stretching them out, if you just keep it one finger per note, the first finger is also already on the note that you're supposed to be playing, which is a G. And these are all 8th notes, right? 1 E and then the next note is a F, which needs to be finger number 3. So you take the finger 3 and cross over the thumb and go to the F. And then The next note is a D, which is basically one note lower than the E, where the second finger is. So you stretch that. So that's what this is about. And before we repeat that, let's look at what's going on in the left hand. In the left hand, we are going to be playing the B bass, but the B bass is going to be played on the counterbass row. So we're not going to reach all the way up here for the B, but the B is also found in the counterbass row, and you can find that right above the G bass. So if I put my third finger on C, the G bass is on the side. And if you actually reach the note above the G bass, so the angle needs to be like parallel here, and going a little bit closer to the third finger again to find the B. Don't go this way where you'll find the F sharp. Not this one, but it has to be this. And you can verify that you're actually playing the B counterbass by playing a B on the keyboard and making sure that it matches. And if you went the other way and found the F sharp, then it won't actually match. So different notes, right? This is an F sharp. So C, B. So for this, we're going to be using the second finger on the counterbass row and play the B bass. And as we did in the previous two measures, the bass is tied. So we're not going to release this. So we're going to continuously close the bellows for this, because we previously opened for the first two measures, and for the next two measures, we're going to be closing. But we're going to be repeating practice on these two measures now anyways. So we'll be opening for two measures, closing for two measures, and do that over and over again. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 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 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Let's look at the next two measures, which are measures number 5 and 6. We are back on C bass on the left hand, but now we need to actually do some adjustments to find the first note. So we finished off by playing D with the second finger, but now the next note is an E, and we are supposed to play that with our thumb and not the third finger. So our thumb is currently on C, so the thumb needs to go to E, and we do that by crossing under. So we cross, I need to get a good, yeah, cross under the second finger and go to the thumb. I'm positioning my wrist this way so that you can see that clearly on the video, but you're supposed to play that with your relaxed wrist position. So we're on second finger on D, but we cross under with our thumb and go to E. And this is how we start the next measure. So the fingering for this is identical to what we did on the first measure, but we just start off on the E. So we just do. So that's what we do. So E, F, G, A, B, C, D. So we play the first three fingers, and after the third finger we cross under. So we cross under, we go to the A. Let's also look at what's going on in the next measure, right? So we finished off with a D on the fourth finger. The next note we're going to play is a E, and our fifth finger is already on E, so no adjustments necessary. So E, the next note we're going to be playing is a C with the fourth finger. So move the fourth finger back, so stretch it back and reach the C. And now the second finger is currently on a A. We have to move it back to a G. The first finger skips the F and goes to E. So all of it together is going to be like this. E, C, D, E. So that is a nice C major chord again. Play this measure, both hands together, these two measures, both hands together without any counting first. So E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Don't release the tie, keep opening. E, move the fourth finger back to C. C, move the second finger back to G. One more. G, and then skip the F with the thumb and go to the E. One more time. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, C, G, E. So let's repeat this 5 times, just like before. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. 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 Now we have 2 more measures, just the last 2, and after that we will be ready for our metronome practice. So on the bass side, from C bass we go to the G bass with the G7th chord. So G, G major, G minor, G7th. G7th, and we're going to be playing this as 2 quarter notes. So the left hand only is going to be like 1 E and a, 2 E and a. So we're not doing any ties here, but we're still going to keep this as a bellows close for both these measures. We want to do that because that will reset us to a fully closed bellows position to do the repeats from the first measure. We finished off by playing E with finger 1 on measure number 6. Now the next note is G, and again this is good news because our G, which is supposed to be played by third finger, and our third finger is exactly there. So G, and we are actually breaking from the rhythm that we usually did, in which we started off with like that longer 8th note. We're breaking off from that pattern, and this time we're actually going to be doing like 8 of the 16th notes together. So there's nothing uneven about anything in this measure. Every note is repeated for the exact same duration. So 3, so what we're playing here, and we have to do some finger adjustments for this. If you look at the first part, we do G, A, G, F, with fingers 3, 4, back to 3, 2. And then the next 4 notes that we are playing starts off with E on the thumb. But if you notice closely, the next note that we are playing, an F, we're not using the finger 2 for that, we're using finger 4. Finger 4 is currently on A. So we're kind of doing a pinch kind of a motion. So the fourth finger moves from A to G to F, and at the same time we can move the thumb out of the way. So watch me play this. So we use the third finger on G, G, A, G, F, and then E. Fourth finger comes to the F, F. The next two notes are pretty easy. The third finger on E, second finger on D. And in the next measure, we just finish off with a C on the first finger. And that's a whole, that's a half note that we play without breaking it into any of smaller note durations. 1 E and 2 E and so basically that is easy. And after that, E, F with the fourth finger, E, D, fingers 3 and 2, C. So let's repeat that a few times without the left hand. And when we are doing the repeats for this is a little trickier than what we did previously, because our third finger is on E and it's not ready to play the G. So the good news is that we are playing the C for 2 full beats. So at that time you can make that preparation to move the third finger to F and then to G. So we'll be doing something like this. Move the third finger. E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a. So let's play both hands together, right? So we play like 1 E and a, 2 E and a, back to C major, and a, 2 E and a, back to C major. So it's basically this. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. 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 1 E and. So let's do both the hands together. Let's go a little bit slower than what we did for the other measures because of the finger changes and some preparation that you need to do. So as usual, the first 2 beats are a count in. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. 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 1 E Okay, so feel free to like revisit any of the measures and make any extra repetitions, and so that you prepare yourself for the metronome practice. But I want to go slower. So how are we going to do this? So the metronome can't go any slower than 40 beats per minute. But I do want to start off at a speed that is much slower than that, so that we can confidently play everything in time. So I'm gonna try to use subdivisions. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make the metronome go 1E and 2E and So now I've set the metronome at 80 beats per minute with a 4/4 time signature. So it's gonna ring the bell every 4 beats. But we're gonna count this as subdivisions. So every click on the metronome is counted as a 16th note. So I'm gonna be counting 1, E, and A. So this should be very similar to the speed at which we practiced. So let's start our metronome practice with this, and we'll gradually speed up, and we'll see how fast we can get this and how clean we can play this. So the goal is to not play faster, but to play cleaner as well. So let's get started. E and A, 2, E and A. Repeat. Repeat one more time. So I'm gonna move the metronome a little bit faster, and I also noticed that my articulation has been legato, but I don't really see any articulation marked for the right hand. So there should be a little bit of separation between the notes, but at this time I don't really think that matters. We can practice this as legato, as staccato, and also like the regular separate detached notes, and each of that could be its own exercise. So we just did 80 beats per minute by counting as 16th notes. So effectively we went to like at a 20 beat per minute tempo. So let's try to go from 80 to say 104. 1 E and 2 E and switch to a bass register that's actually not that heavy, to a lighter bass register so that I can get a little bit softer. Now I'm gonna go up to 120 beats per minute, and this is an effective tempo of 30 beats per minute. 2 E and repeat. Repeat. One last time. Okay, so we are at 120 beats per minute. From here, I'm gonna try to do a jump up to 160 beats per minute. So this will be a significant milestone because this effectively brings us to 40 beats per minute as quarter notes. Let's see if we can do this. If this is a little bit too much, then we'll probably dial back. 1 E and 2 E and So now, now that we've achieved 160 beats per minute as 16th notes, now I think it's a good time to go back to 40 and see if we can handle the counting as quarter notes. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Yeah, I think that went well. So let's try to gradually increase the speed. So I'm going to go from 40 to 52. 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Okay, that was a decent number of repetitions, and we are still holding tight. Let's go from 52 to 60 beats per minute. And let's see if we can handle this. 1E and a 2E and a. That was 60 beats per minute, and so if you're gotten this far, I think that is like meaningful progress, and you've learned this drill enough. But after this, I'm gonna still keep going by trying to push the metronome up faster to see how fast I can play this. So you don't have to do all of this in a single day. Like if you've gotten to a particular point in this video during your practice drill, you could, if you're feeling tired or if you're running out of time, you could always like take a break and come back and resume it from where you left off. So I'm gonna do a 10% speed up. So I hope this is nothing crazy. So let's see how this goes. 66 beats per minute. 1E and a 2E and a. Okay, the next one. Let's keep going with a 10% speed up. So approximately we're gonna be approximate 10% speed up would be 72 beats per minute. 1E and 2E and okay, that was a bit challenging to get it right. I had to like make mistakes and do retakes of this over and over again. But so I'm not gonna do a 10% speed up. I'm gonna do approximately a 5% speed up. 1E and 2E and okay, that went well. Let's move to the next step. I'm gonna do it 80 beats per minute. Okay, that's going good. We are at 80 beats per minute. We're gonna move up to 84. 1E and 2E and Okay, next step, let's go to 88. 1 yen, 2 yen. Yeah, that was 100 beats per minute. So I'm glad that we were able to like achieve this speed up, and that was only possible because we worked our way up one step at a time. And so I will be posting more drills, and I just started this new Facebook group called Accordion Adventures. It's a completely free group with resources that I'm mostly posting. These could be like drills, tutorials, and also like advice regarding buying accordions. Other teachers are welcome to post their resources there as well. We just started the group and we have about 50 members right now. And I will be making videos like these, like play along practice drills and like smaller technique exercises. And I am planning to post more from this book. This is called Notes to You. This was introduced to me by my teacher, Mike Zampicini. And he basically gave some exercises from this book, and I looked it up and I was able to find a used copy on eBay. I don't think this is any longer in production, so the only way to acquire this would be to buy a pre-owned copy. And the thing that I like about this book is that it's got smaller exercises that start from an easy level and it slowly advances. So, but the length of the exercises remain like pretty small, and even after you go to like the second half of the book, you don't really have any exercises that are like more than 2 to 3 lines long, and they actually go to like a pretty good intermediate level, and you advance that to that level by just playing smaller exercises instead of learning longer songs. So I guess the progress by doing something like this would be a little bit faster and not very tedious as compared to playing something like a method book like Palmer Hughes. So I think doing something like this on the side could definitely benefit you. And I'm planning to make a full tutorial series by playing each of these exercises, showing you how to play them at the beginning, and then working our way up the tempo by using a metronome, just like how we did it for this exercise. I'm planning to do it for this entire book. It might take me longer to actually do this, but I'm definitely planning to do that, and I think I myself can benefit by working on that book, and at the same time, I could have other uh, beginner and intermediary level players benefit from this as well. So I will be posting more. Let me know if you are able to like play along with me and learn this drill. If you have any videos, definitely share it with me. Provide a link as a comment below this video, or you could join the Accordion Adventures Facebook group and make a post there as well. I'll see you in another video shortly. Until then, have a great time.